Hey Killer Bees, it's Paula B from PaulaBFitness.com, and on tap today I've got a great total body cardio and weights workout that is perfect for weight loss. And that means that we're going nice and moderate today. We're going to go moderate on the cardio, and you definitely want to go moderate on the weights. Now if you don't have a pair of moderate weights, make sure that you open up the description box below so that you can get my exact 3-pair set from Amazon that I use in all of my toning videos. You guys, today is a thorough Thursday, which means that I've got both a warm-up and a cool down and just the exact right amount of sweat in between. When you're ready for this one, I'm totally ready. Let's go. All right, you guys, let's get moving and grooving. For our warm-up here, let's make sure that your weights are all the way out of the way, but I will tell you, actually, no, let's get moving and grooving and then I'll tell you something. Let's go ahead and get started with arm circles and high knees. I know, oh yeah, it's gonna be one of those days. It sure is. Here's what I'm gonna tell you though. I forgot to mention it in the intro and I don't know why. We are not jumping today. It is all low impact and we are all standing today. So if you would like to have, and in fact, there's not even like a lot of super side to side stuff. So if you'd like to have like a small table or a chair next to you to put your weights on, that's totally convenient for you today. You know, I do know why I didn't mention it, is because almost all of my videos lately, and I have been on YouTube now for almost 6 years, but almost all of my videos lately are low impact. I tell you what, I'm actually just about to change my little tagline to your best middle-aged fitness friend instead of just your best fitness friend, because I am middle-aged and I really don't like jumping all that much anymore. 99% of my newer workouts are low impact. It's just the way things are going for me. Let's go ahead and do some arm crossers with booty kickers as well. And I've noticed that the low impact thing is really, it's making a big impact. I know that you need it too. My friends, my middle-aged friends, it doesn't have to be tough to find a great workout. It doesn't have to be that we work so hard all the time. High intensity, high impact, high everything, high stress rate. Today we're talking about moderation. Moderation is your absolute best friend for a weight loss workout, is your best middle-aged friend. For weight loss, the harder you go, the harder it is to lose weight. When you work out moderately and very, very, very consistently, and by consistently I actually do mean every day, in a nice moderate pace, something that you could keep up every single day, you will see results you never dreamed of when you spent all those years trying to do high impact, high intensity, high go, high stress rate workouts. Let's go ahead and do some welcome to my homes as well. Reaching gracefully out. Oh my gosh, opening up your shoulder, opening up your abs. If you feel like it and you have better balance than me, you could make this a flying welcome to my home, kind of opening up your hip along with it. In fact, I don't think I have great balance today, but I'm going to go ahead and practice it a little bit because we do have a little bit of balance today. Not a ton. Today's a great workout. Oh my gosh, you guys. I've got my handy dandy gym boss set for 20 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. And it's kind of not really rest. Honestly, the 10 seconds is really just to give you a chance to either pick up your weights or put them back down, because we're going back and forth. Cardio and weights, cardio and weights, cardio and weights. We're not going to get super high volume done in 20 seconds, but it is going to feel kind of non-stop, kind of moderately heart rate, kind of moderately difficult, kind of perfect. So we're going to get started with one of my favorite exercises. It's called middle skips. It is a skipping motion where we've got our hands coming up to about the middle of our body here, bringing your knee up one at a time, and we're just gonna skip with it. So go ahead and get going with that nice middle skip. It's 20 seconds of work, which means that we're not gonna be working for a super long time. I am not trying to spike your heart rate. Today is not about spiking and bringing it back down. This is technically a HIIT workout, but also technically not. We're aiming for a moderate heart rate. This is 10 seconds of rest while we pick up your dumbbells and move into balancing biceps curls. I'm going to stand on my left leg. We're going to stand on one leg for this. So bring up that other knee, do some biceps curls, bringing those elbows right next to your waist, really thinking about getting a full extension, bringing your hands all the way up to your shoulders and then all the way back down to your hip. Now this 20 seconds happens to feel a little bit tougher. Either the weights or the cardio will. Depends hands on, 10 seconds of rest. Go ahead and put those dumbbells back down, back out of your way. We're gonna do goofy jacks next. That's where we do just a tiny little squatish, not even a full squat. And then our hands do jumping jacks, but only one foot comes out to one side at a time. Perfect. Low impact, no jumping exercise that really works everything. Bringing those hands up over your head brings your heart rate up. We've got a little bit of balance work here in the middle, not a ton. And then 10 seconds of rest. Go ahead and grab one dumbbell this time. We're going overhead to high knees. So both hands on the one dumbbell. We're going to start with it up overhead. We're going to bring it down to one high knee and then the other high knee. So hands are going up and down right in front of your body while you're bringing up one high knee at a time. Now here's the thing, if you have chosen a nice moderate weight, you might be tempted to go real fast. We're not really trying to do cardio toning. There's 10 seconds of rest. We're trying to keep our heart rate gentle. Coming up next, we're going to do double knees. Hands are going to go up overhead. We're going to bring up one knee 2 times on that one side, and then the other knee with a little bit of a pivot in between, just tapping that toe a little bit down on the ground. Again, a little bit of balance work today. You know, when we do low impact cardio, there's almost always some form of balance work involved because we do a lot of single-sided stuff. 10 seconds of rest, and then go ahead and grab both dumbbells. Coming up next, we're doing bent over flies. Get your feet about hip width apart, pull in your core, squeeze your butt while you bend forward a little bit. We're gonna fly open. So palms are facing each other, and then when you fly open, palms are facing the ground. This is what I was talking about with it's not cardio toning. We're not trying to get a ton of these done. This is a tough exercise. We're just doing a few. 10 seconds of rest while we put those dumbbells down. Coming up next, we're gonna do high hand kicks, which is exactly what it sounds like. Your hands are gonna go up and down, high hand, and then we're gonna kick in front of you. Just a nice, quick little kick. We're not trying to get that knee up super high. We're not trying to get a little power behind that kick. We're just trying to keep our heart rate going. Today my goal for you is to feel good, to have some fun, and to never feel like this is too much. Go ahead and grab those dumbbells. Coming up next, okay, I just said don't feel like it's too much. It's everybody's favorite exercise. We're doing squats. Go ahead and put those dumbbells on your shoulders. Push your hips back and come on down in a squat and then stand it back up. Thinking about pushing your hips back while you squat and then squeezing from your glutes to stand back up. Not a lot of these getting done in 20 seconds, and that's kind of course it was halfway done. Go ahead and put those dumbbells down for 10 seconds here, and then coming up next, we're gonna do toy soldiers. Hands are gonna go up overhead. We're gonna kick our opposite foot towards our opposite reaching hand. I'm not actually touching my hand to my foot in any manner. I would much rather you think about standing up straight and tall, pulling in your core, making sure that your hands go up overhead every time to keep that heart rate pumping and thumping. And then 10 seconds of rest. Coming up next, go ahead and grab those dumbbells. This is why I said to have them kind of handy nearby. It's up and down with the dumbbells. You're kind of getting a little bonus there. We're gonna do letter X's. Feet about hip width apart, pull in your core. Gonna form the top half of a letter X, and then bring the dumbbells towards the middle. And then the bottom half of the letter X. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, got a frog in my throat for this one. Really pulling from the middle of your back, squeezing and releasing, squeezing, 10 seconds of rest, and releasing. Coming up next, we're doing something I call walking stars. You probably know it as a box step, but for some reason when I call it a box step, here we go, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back. For some reason when I call this a box step, I can't do it. I'm not super coordinated, and I will tell you that I have been in maybe like 4 aerobics classes ever in my life and like 1 step class, and I was not good at it. I am 10 seconds of rest. Go ahead and grab those dumbbells again. We're gonna do curtsy lunges next. So weights are just gonna be right here at your sides, just nice and relaxed in your hands. It's just providing a little bit more resistance while we come down into a curtsy and stand, and then curtsy on the other side and stand. And I can't seem to help myself, but the little bit of a nod there. Yes, Your Majesty. And curtsy and stand. Not going too fast on these. I kind of got out of the gate a little bit fast. 10 seconds of rest while we put those dumbbells down. Oh my gosh, you guys. Coming up next, we're going to do something I call low TikToks. Your hands are swinging side to side down low, and while they swing, one foot kicks out with it. I love this exercise. There is something about this that feels so fun that it doesn't even feel, like balance work, except for the fact that it totally is. Whee! Kind of makes you feel like a little bit of a weeble wobble, doesn't it? And when it beeps, there we go with 10 seconds of rest. Go ahead and grab those dumbbells again. Coming up next, it's triceps kickbacks. Pull in your core and push your hip back out behind you a little bit. We're going to start with the dumbbells at your shoulders, and then we're going to push them back to your hips. So shoulders to hips. Keep those elbows as close to your body as you can. This is a tough one. You know, your triceps, they're small muscles. They're not meant to be primary movers. 10 seconds of rest. So it hurts when we work them like that. Go ahead and put your dumbbells down, because coming up next is something I call skiers. We're going to push our one foot back while that same hand is coming up in front of us. So let me turn to the side a little bit so you can see it. Just doing a little bit of a skiing motion, kicking one foot back, bringing one hand up. You're tipped forward a little tiny bit so that you can keep your balance, of course, with your core pulled in nice and tight. Whew, good job. 10 seconds of rest. You know, I promised you a nice heart rate today. Go ahead and grab those dumbbells. And coming up next, we're going to do twisting high knees. So hands stay here in the middle. We're going to twist while we bring up one high knee, and then twist through their waist while we bring up the other one. Oh my gosh, having the weights right here in the middle means that you are kind of working your upper body, but I know you feel that in your abs and obliques when we twist to the side, making sure that your hips stay pointed forward. 10 seconds of rest while we put those dumbbells down, and then coming up next, we're doing rainbow jacks. Hands are going to go up overhead like a rainbow, and then we're going to bring that knee on that same side up at the same time. Nice job. Working at a pace that feels amazing to you. We're getting sweaty. We're burning calories. Of course we are. We're burning fat if you're eating in a caloric deficit. But my friends, we're not, 10 seconds of rest. We're not giving it so much that we can't go on. And we are going to go on. Coming up next, it's a side bend, side press. So feet about hip width apart. As we come up into, or down into a side bend, we're bringing the other hand out to a side press. I'm sorry, I could not think of that word. I have it on my whiteboard, and for the life of me, that side press just wasn't coming to me. It's like a fly. Oh my gosh. And 10 seconds of rest. Go ahead and put those dumbbells down. That's what happens when we get to about this point in the workout. Can-cans are coming up next. My words fail me, and yet I keep on talking. There's a knee and there's a kick. There's a knee, there's a kick. If you are new here, if this is like your first Paula B Fitness workout, this is what they're like. I talk a lot. I stumble. I don't always know what I'm saying. I trip. I don't really work too hard on being, 10 seconds of rest, on being the best, but we sure have a lot of fun. Coming up next, everybody's favorite, it's Drinky Birds. That, my friends, is a single leg deadlift. So, palms facing your body. Think about pulling in your core. You're going to pull up one leg behind you, and then you're going to stand it back up. This is slow and controlled. Then you're going to pull up your other leg behind you and stand it back up. This is all balance all the time. Nothing easy about this, but there's not too many of them. We're doing a moderate amount, my friends. That was the circuit. That means that you're putting your dumbbells down, and we're starting again with those middle skips. So your hands are coming up while one knee comes up across your body, nice and gentle, like we're skipping merrily through the fields. I love this exercise because it always feels like fun. And you know what? When in doubt, your exercise should feel like fun. 10 seconds of rest. Life is too short to take your workout too seriously. We're going to do balancing biceps curls next. Whatever leg you did not stand on last time is the leg you are going to stand on this time. Bring that knee up, biceps curls up and down, getting a full extension. Now, if you are noticing here on round 2 that your weights feel a little bit heavy, drop them down to something lighter. I'm not going to ask you to push through. I'm not going to ask you to do more than you have because, my friend, 10 seconds of rest. When we're working out consistently, that means that you could come back and do this exact same thing tomorrow. Coming up right now is goofy jacks. Not that you should. So goofy jacks, it's a little bit of a squat and then some big hands and a side kick out. You are welcome to get as much variation in your workout routine as you want to, but if you are trying to lose weight, you want to make sure that you are giving the same effort every day. It's not necessarily about calories, it's not necessarily about time. 10 seconds of rest, and then we're going to do overhead to high knees. So grab one dumbbell. It is about how you feel. And I know that sounds super, maybe not helpful, but when you put in the approximate same amount of effort every day, might be the same amount of time if you do the exact same workout. It might be longer, it might be shorter. If you're doing something more intense, go shorter. If you're doing something more gentle, go longer, 10 seconds of rest. But make sure that you feel like you've put forth some effort without being too much. Coming up next, we're doing double knees. Hands are going to go up over your head. And I think that's the hard part about moderation, is that you're not giving it everything you've got. You've got energy left over at the end of a workout. What's that all about? Well, my friends, it's about being able to come back to it again and again, day after day, relentlessly. 10 seconds of rest. Kind of like this workout. It's relentless. Coming up next, go ahead and grab those dumbbells. We're doing those bent over flies. Hips push back behind you. Core is pulled in tight, tight, tight. Back is straight. We're going to fly those hands up to about shoulder height, wherever you can get it to. We're not trying to go too big here in any way. And I know that you are inundated day after day with messages that tell you, 10 seconds of rest, that you have to go hard. No pain, no gain. Coming up next is high hand kicks. Hands go up and down, feet kick in front of you one at a time. But my friends, if you are in pain, there's definitely no gain. There's no gain from that. Or actually, there might even be a gain on the scale. When you are working out moderately and consistently over time, you will see changes in your body. If you are eating in a caloric deficit consistently, 10 seconds of rest, go ahead and grab those dumbbells. We're doing squats. You will get results. I mean, there's no two ways around that. That's biology. Your body loves consistency. Whew, doggies. The problem isn't necessarily that you're eating too much and moving too little. The problem is probably that you're inconsistent. We all are. That wasn't judgment, by the way. We all are. And your body doesn't know what to do with that. 10 seconds of rest. And coming up next, we're doing toy soldiers. When you can do the same effort every day, hands up overhead, big kick, reaching your opposite hand towards your opposite kicking foot, and eat the same number of calories, the right number of calories, not necessarily a low number of calories, every single day, consistently. My friends, that is the magic formula, 10 seconds of rest, to losing weight. Go ahead and grab those dumbbells. We're doing the letter X's. And I tell you what, it's not actually that it's hard. Okay, feet about hip width, pull in your core. The top of the letter X, pulling from the middle of your back, and the bottom of the letter X, pulling from the middle of your back. It's not necessarily that it's hard, that you can't eat very much and you have to work out so hard. It's actually really hard to do the same thing every day. It's hard to keep coming back to the grind. That's where the willpower comes in. 10 seconds of rest, and then walking stars. My new favorite. You know what? Once I rebranded them as walking stars, here we go, forward, forward, back, back, and then switching sides each time. Once I started calling them something else, it's actually really funny how much easier these became. And that's kind of my other part of my message today. Besides moderation, maybe you just need to rebrand the way you think about a weight loss workout. 10 seconds of rest. Coming up next, we're going to do curtsy lunges. When you think about it in a way that makes sense to you, in a way that just feels right, and then here we go, down into a curtsy, weights are just at your side, you'll find that it's easier. It really is. It's not that the work changed. It's not that the calories changed. It's not that anything changed, but your mind. I mean, seriously, those walking stars, they're box steps. And I know that on some level. And yet, that new name made all the difference. 10 seconds of rest. And then coming up next, we're going to do those low TikToks, those weeble wobbles where we are swinging from side to side. Hands are swinging low. Feet are kicking out to the side, nice and wide. This one is so much fun to me. But I tell you what, the point of success here is pulling in your core and making sure that you are throwing yourself just enough off balance that you're challenging your balance, but not so much that you're actually falling over. Just like a weeble wobble. 10 seconds of rest. Coming up next, we're going to do those triceps kickbacks. Go ahead and grab your dumbbells. Get your core pulled in nice and tight. Hips push back just a little so your torso is leaning forward. Hands start at your shoulders, and then they push back towards your hips and then back towards your shoulders. You're not swinging your arms. In fact, your elbows aren't moving at all. It is much more about a controlled motion, where you're squeezing with the back of your arms to move your hands only. 10 seconds of rest. Put those dumbbells down. Coming up next, we're doing skiers. So one leg is kicking back while that same hand is coming up to about chest height, maybe a little bit over your head. Kind of depends on where you are at this point in the workout. I'm feeling pretty sweaty. How about you? I'm still able to talk, as you should be too. Not that you could squeeze a word in edgewise, but you should be able to talk. And your heart rate should feel 10 seconds of rest, like just enough. Coming up next, doing those twisting high knees. Grab your dumbbells. Dumbbells are going to be right here in front of your chest. And then here we go while we twist and bring up one high knee. Twist the other way, bringing up the other high knee. Really pulling in your core, thinking about keeping your hips forward. While we squeeze and twist and squeeze and twist. Oh my gosh. This one is just tough enough. 10 seconds of rest to get those dumbbells out of your way. And coming up next, we're doing rainbow jacks. Hands are going to go up over your head, side to side like a rainbow. One knee coming up on one side and then the other knee coming up on the other side. My friends, I don't think I told you, I should have, but we're only doing 2 circuits and we're really close to the end of our second circuit. Today is just enough. 10 seconds of rest. Not too much, right? Coming up next, we're going to do those side bend, side raise. And that is the word that I was having such a hard time with last time. So here we go. In a side bend with a side raise and then stand back up. Side bend the other way with a side raise. Getting some great oblique action here. And also, I know you feel that in your shoulders and in your upper back as well. Complex exercises are the way to get it done. 10 seconds of rest. Okay, you guys, here it is. The last pair of cardio and weights. Starting with can-cans, we do a little kick with our knee, a knee and then a kick, and then a knee and a kick on the other side. Knee and kick and knee and kick. I love this one because it feels like dancing, but it's not so dancey that I can't do it. As previously mentioned, not too much of a dancer, not too coordinated. That's why my moves are simple. And then we get rest. 10 seconds of it while we grab those dumbbells because it's time for Drinky Birds, which is also known as a single leg deadlift, by the way. So pull in your core. Back stays super duper straight. We come down and we stand up. Make sure that you're not curling over into it. If you are flexible, you could probably get your hands all the way down to the ground. But if you're keeping your back nice and straight and pulling from your glutes, then you're probably not going to go quite as low, my friends. Yeah, we're done, but we're not quite finished. Go ahead and hang on to those weights. We're going to go ahead and put them up overhead, and our finisher is around the world taps. I'm going to start with my left leg on the ground. We're going to tap forward, tap side, tap back. Yes, your hands are overhead the entire time, making this balance work even more difficult, especially when we have this lovely, moderately high heart rate. If you have excellent balance, you are welcome to turn this into around the world kicks. 10 seconds of rest. We're gonna do the same thing on that same side. 2 on one side before we move to the other side. So go ahead and just keep your feet there. Hands up overhead, tap forward, tap side, tap back. If you wanna go for some kicks, around the world kicks, you help yourself. I'm feeling just shaky enough that I don't think I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna go ahead and just go with this moderate version of it. When it beeps again, 10 seconds of rest. And then we get to stand on the other leg. We've got 2 on the other side, and that's it, my friends. That was enough. Here we go. Hands up overhead. Tap forward, tap side, tap back. Feels so different on this leg. It's so funny how that happens. I always expect my balance to feel better on what is allegedly my strong leg, but at this point in the workout, when we've been sweating and balancing and those weights are still over my head, 10 seconds of rest. It's not that easy, I know, but it's not supposed to be. Moderation isn't about easy. I know you hear that word and you think, oh, this workout's too easy. Hands up, here we go. Last one. Hey, the next time it beeps is the last time it's gonna beep in this entire workout, my friends. Moderation isn't easy, but it is absolutely enough to get you where you want to go. Tap side, and that was it. Let me turn it off before it beeps again, since I promised you that it wasn't gonna beep again. Go ahead and put your dumbbells all the way out of the way. We're gonna do just a little bit of some cool down stretching here. While I remind you again, we've got some nice big arm circles, really stretching it out. I'm doing a little bit of tapping from side to side as well. Bringing that heart rate down gently. I know you are tempted to just turn off the video and be like, nope, all done. Or move on to another video. I know. My friends, I know you want to do more. I know you do. Everybody tells you all the time, you should do more, you should do more, you should do more. And here I am saying, you've done enough. If you would like to meet your goals, and I know you would, you need to know what enough is. You need to know what enough feels like. Practice it. Practice stopping at moderation and see what kind of results you get. If, and I know you will, so not even an if, when you get results from moderation, you, my friend, can safely ignore everybody. Just like your mother always told you, if everybody is jumping off a cliff, what are you gonna do? You don't have to jump off that do more cliff. You really, really don't. Go ahead and do some arm crossers. Oh, with a big hug in the middle. Open up your chest wide and give yourself a hug in the middle. A little bit of self-love here at the end of our workout today. You did such a great job. If you have the time and inclination, I do have another video selection for you, but it's just more of a cool down. It's just more of a stretch. It's another way to finish off this great workout with a little bit more stretching. Don't feel like you need to do more. I think that you have done a fantastic job today. I hope you had fun. I hope it feels like you had a really good time. And I also hope that you click that subscribe button before you go so that we can work out together again next time. Thank you so much for working out with me. I'll see you in the next video.